What is going on, YouTube? I am Germ here. So we're back with another one of these like pre-recorded videos. I'm still in the middle of just a really busy weekend, so I'm trying to get ahead on the videos and on the content a little bit today, just so I can keep having these videos coming out. So if any news changes before I decide to finally upload this video, I'm not sure exactly when it's going to be coming out or anything. I'll just delete this and this won't come out. But I think this should probably still be an interesting story even in a few days. I don't think, depending on any new updates, any changes, anything like that we get. This is a video talking about the Fnatic roster situation, which has been a really big ongoing story. A very popular team, big name players, a lot of changes, a lot of rumors, news, speculation, everything going around. And more specifically today, we're going to be talking about the jungle situation. Not just Bwipo, because, there are still the reports that Bwipo is gonna jungle for Fnatic, at least to some extent, something going on. But potentially, we've talked about them maybe bringing in another jungler previously, and that's mostly what we're going to be focusing on in today's video. Who that's going to be, are they going to do that, is it going to be a 6-man roster, is that going to work out, all of that stuff. So before we get into that, I just want to mention real quick, if you guys have not already, please take a second and smash that like button. I would appreciate it so much. Really does help me out, the YouTube algorithm, helping get my videos and content out to more and more people. So I would appreciate it just a ton. Also subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. I think we're getting really close to 7,000. I think we're like 70 away, maybe even less than 70 subscribers away from 7,000. I mean, this last month has been really great for my channel, honestly. So help us out, run those numbers up. That'd be awesome. With that being said, let's get right into this. So this isn't the new tweet, this isn't the new news I wanted to talk about, but this was, right now I'm recording this is 5 days ago, Wooloo tweeted out, talking about how all the UCAM players are getting interest from LEC teams, that Fnatic is in contract with Hades and Plasma. That was UCAM support and UCAM's jungler. Well, the jungler's Hades, the support is Plasma. So then, some people were talking about like, oh, what's going to happen with Selfmade? What's going to happen with Hylissang? And honestly, I haven't really heard any new updates with Hylissang, whether he is leaving Fnatic now in the next offseason, if Fnatic's going to potentially sell him off, why they'd be in talks with Plasma, if they still are looking to bring in Plasma. I'm not sure what's going on there, but more specifically for Hades, we do know that it's looking more and more likely that Selfmade is going to be sold off to Vitality. That's an interesting move. Depends how you feel about that. Maybe you think that's good, bad for Vitality, good, smart, bad, whatever for Fnatic. But that looks like what's going to happen. So then that would obviously open up the jungle position with Adam coming in. Then you need Bwipo to go somewhere. It looks like Bwipo's going to be playing jungle, but that's obviously going to be a big experiment. So maybe Hades can be the guy to do the job. And I know we've heard previously about Fnatic maybe doing a 6-man roster, and we originally thought that meant with Adam and Bwipo up in the top lane. But now we're hearing more and more that it could actually be with Bwipo and another jungler in the jungle position, which would be interesting. And I think that would make a ton of sense because obviously maybe Bwipo will be a good jungler. Maybe he's going to pop off. Maybe he'll be, a guy who spends the rest of his career as a jungler. Maybe he's going to go back to top lane. Maybe he's going to play mid lane in the future. I have no idea what's going on with Bwipo. And Fnatic can hope he's going to be a good jungler, and they can expect he's going to be a good, even an LEC level jungler, who knows, but there's obviously a chance that he's not. There's a chance that he doesn't like jungling, there's a chance that he can't jungle, there's a chance that he sucks at it, who knows, and having another young, very talented player there ready to go could make a lot of sense, could make Fnatic better overall. So this was just kind of what people were talking about a little bit, the fact that Fnatic has at least been in contact with UCAM about Hades, about what's going on there, and at least that they're interested. But the big tweet came today where Applehead, if you guys don't know him, Applehead123 on Twitter, really good guy for rumors and discussion of the LCS and the LEC. Definitely go follow him, definitely go check him out. He's been great in this past offseason and during this current offseason as well. He tweeted out that former UCAM jungler Hades is very much a possibility as the 6th-man piece for Fnatic's new roster. So again, when I heard that they were going to the 6th man, I thought for sure Adam was going to be that 6th man, but now all the dominoes are falling over. Everything's going crazy, and Applehead is saying that it's looking more and more like Hades could still be going to Fnatic, even with Bwipo still in the jungle. So this is really interesting. So I did want to take a look a little bit at Hades, for obviously a lot of people aren't going to know about him. A lot of people didn't watch European Masters. I have some, maybe American viewers or LCS fans who don't even know anything about European Masters or anything like that. And I actually tuned into a decent amount of European Masters, especially once the knockout stage started, and got to see 2 full series of UCAM. So I got to see a little bit of Hades. And honestly, I've been pretty impressed. I think he's solid. I think he's decent. It can be hard to judge how people are going to make the jump from European Masters, from minor leagues like that, up into the LEC. but this is at least one of the guys with a little bit more talent, a little bit more promise. People are interested in him. That doesn't mean he's going to work out. Every single player that has talent, promise, hype, they don't all work out, but some of them do. So you're always taking a chance. It's always a little bit of a coin flip, but this guy at least is worth taking that chance on, in my opinion. So we have some of the stuff from him. Obviously, in the LVP, UCAM did finish second in the regular season. They ended up winning the playoffs, qualifying for European Masters, and then making it all the way to the semifinals of European Masters, where they lost to K-Corp 2-1 in a best-of-3 series. And obviously, K-Corp went on to eventually win European Masters. So you could make an argument that potentially UCAM was maybe the second best European regional team, which is pretty interesting. And obviously, Hades being a very, very big part of that roster. As far as his stats, we can take a look at that for champ pool and stuff. Not any too like crazy different picks. This meta was really, really weird. But honestly, in the LVP playoffs, seeing him pull out 2 Kha'Zix games, that's pretty spicy. That's exciting to me. In the LVP regular season, 5.69 KDA, stepped it up to 6.25 in the playoffs, so that's pretty sick. And then European Masters, nothing too crazy as far as picks. You know, Hecarim, Skarner, Udyr, Olaf, Nidalee, very, very standard stuff. Jungle meta has been pretty boring this year. But overall, having a 5.91 KDA in 11 games, that is very, very good. This guy was looking good at European Masters. And again, he's at least in that small pool of players who maybe deserves a shot at the LEC. And having a chance with Fnatic, which is such a large organization, getting to be a part of a 6-man roster, that could be really, really beneficial for some people. You know, you have lower expectations. You only have to play so often. It can be good. You get to learn from a bunch of veteran players. But he's going into a situation, Fnatic, which I think actually could be a little bit difficult for a new player. One, the other jungler you're playing with is Bwipo. He can teach you a lot about being a pro. He can teach you about, you know, winning and high-pressure situations, all that. I don't know how much Bwipo's going to be able to teach or coach or help out as far as professional jungling goes. So, not the best situation for Hades there. Also, Fnatic seems like an absolute dumpster fire right now. Like, honestly, it might be an organization that, like, you might want to be a little bit wary of. Like, yeah, maybe if they're giving you an LEC spot, obviously, you can't pass that up. Yes, there's a ton of people who are old school Fnatic fans, and depending on how much money they're paying, you know, it could be a good situation. But man, Fnatic seems like a management organization mess right now. So this could be kind of an interesting spot for Hades to be walking himself into. But it looks like, you know, it is becoming more and more likely he could be signing with Fnatic in the near future. He could be on his way over there. It'll be interesting to see what the buyout is and all that stuff. Something I did want to add is Wooloo did actually tweet out earlier about, he tweeted this out as like some Morse code and then some numbers and stuff, where people were saying that this meant the buyout for Adam ended up being 250,000, which is pretty crazy. Obviously a very, very nice chunk of change for K-Corp. So it'll be interesting to see what UCAM is able to get for some of their players. And if that kind of money's going around, maybe not as much for a guy like Hades, but maybe, you know, UCAM could definitely be selling off Hades, selling off Plasma, getting some of that money over to them. That'd be very, very nice for a European Regional League team to be kind of pulling in. As far as other updates and stuff for Fnatic, Applehead has actually tweeted out a couple of different things. Earlier, he did tweet out that one of the things he heard that was when Niski was up in talks for 100 Thieves, that Bwipo going to mid could have been an answer. So Fnatic has been trying out all different kinds of rosters. They've been willing to really think of everything, which is kind of cool, kind of interesting, but also kind of scares me a little bit as well. And then also the big thing here is that Applehead said either someone in Fnatic is completely leaking random BS or they are absolutely boom. Swippity swap on the floor type deal. Role swaps galore. Changes to almost every position. Coaching changes. What's next? Logo change. So this could mean that maybe we're getting some false rumors, some false leaks coming out of Fnatic. Maybe somebody's BSing. But maybe also we're going to have some really, really big interesting, you know, maybe interesting means good, maybe interesting means bad. We'll see. Changes coming to the Fnatic roster very, very soon. I know there obviously has still been rumors about Hylissang. There's still been rumors about Niski. There's rumors about Fnatic's financial situation, them needing to sell off more players, wanting to sell off more players. It'll be interesting to see how they're able to get free agents, not only this offseason, but into the next offseason, how they're able to get young players, what exactly is going to happen, and who is the team that Fnatic is going to field? Again, not only for Summer Split, but for the splits in the future. Who's playing what positions? Who's even on the team? And then, how good even is this Fnatic team? Because we've seen Fnatic have bad splits here and there. You know, even when, like, Reckless was on the team and stuff like that, even with Caps, they would have some duds every once in a while. But they always rebuilt. They always reloaded. They were always better, stronger, ready to go for the future. And now, really, for the first time in a long time, maybe ever, Fnatic, to me, it's kind of seeming like they lack a sense of direction, like they lack a sense of strong organization, strong leadership, and the future's looking a little bit shaky. You know, this whole Fnatic roster could be blowing up. This whole Fnatic roster could be going a million different ways, and who are they going to be able to bring in? Yes, there are some exciting ERL players out there that they might be able to bring in for cheap and kind of build around, but again, ERL players, you're always taking a risk. Sometimes these guys don't work out. Even a lot of times, these guys don't work out. Yes, you can get the next star of tomorrow. You can find the next Caps. You can find, the next just really, really great players coming in. We saw a lot of ERL players dominate this past split in the LEC, but we saw a lot of them struggle as well. And Fnatic is not a team that's used to struggling for extended periods of time, so I don't know how they're going to take it. I don't know how their fans are going to take it, and I don't know how the LEC is going to take it. It'll be an interesting story to follow there. But again, the big news today is that Hades, Applehead says, is looking more and more like a possibility to be a sixth man for the Fnatic roster, joining in the summer split, jungling alongside Blippo. Who knows who's going to start, who's going to play when, what their champion pools are going to be. It's going to be interesting. And I'm all here for it. And I'll definitely let you guys know if we hear any updated news, anything going on regarding this whole situation. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about this sixth-man roster for Fnatic? I'm talking Adam, Bwipo, Hades, Niski, Upset, and Hylissang. Is that a team that could fight for a world spot? Is that a team that could be good anytime in the future? Or are you guys, not feeling so good about Fnatic? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace!